Jolly with the left hand. Wellingham under pressure. Boot to ball. Didn't go 15. Schneider's over it now. Gets a hand pass back to Wellingham. He kicks inside the forward 50. Couple of Saints there. Son a problem. Fisher, who's been resolute all day, leads back in the race. McAfee closes. Fisher's kick. Wayward stays in the boundary, however. Not good news for the Saints. Shaw dancing. Comes on to the left boot. Kicks back inside the forward 50. Brown was hanging on. No free. Fisher once more. Loops a hand pass over the top. Jones running out of the space. Feeds it around the boundary. Goddard has been terrific. Wins a hard ball. Kicks along the boundary beyond the wing. Gilbert went forward in the third term. A revelation. Revolt. Tired kick. Goes straight up in the air. Thomas. Well, not straight up. It went 15. Thomas took the mark. Goes short. And McAfee's got it. Close to the boundary. Just forward of the wing.
He loved that kick back, Revolt. He was trying to build it forward as far as he could, and he couldn't get the angle. So McAfee. Well read. Fisher. It's been a long time since Collingwood kicked a goal. And you think of these two clubs, how many grand finals have been in winning positions, even the Saints. In their last 3 grand finals, they've led at vital stages and haven't won. And Collingwood, well, that's a longer story. We haven't got time for that one. Here's Goddard. So Goddard, favourite for the Norm Smith as we speak, kicks to Revolt. Now Montagna running hard. Blair getting back. Revolt's going to go towards Montagna. And Blair did well. He tracked him all the way.
He knew Montagna was getting in there from kicking a half out, but he got in there as well.
So Revolt, you just love him to getting the marks in scoring positions in this last quarter if you're a Saints fan.
8 points the difference then. Kazetsky slaps it down in front, follows his own ball through it. Across to Milne. No free. Whistle. Now what's the decision?
Holding the ball.
Okay.
Clear it out. Time back on.
Lucky it didn't come to anything. What's... Oh, no.
This one here.
I take it all back. He did get his left hand to it. Thomas comes up the ground and takes the mark. Thomas, right half back. He's played a good game too this afternoon. Started particularly well. 22nd possession. Chip to the wing, Wellingham.
This 5 metre corridor to the boundary line. Collingwood are going to that as they do all year.
Goes looking for Brown, knocked away by Fisher. What a game he's played. Out of bounds.
So 41 minutes since a Collingwood goal and 15 minutes since a St Kilda goal. Kazitsky, Jolly. Gardner hasn't reappeared after half-time. Swan. Jones chases hard. Those little steps of his to Hayes. And then Hayes down the line. And O'Brien, well, he didn't take the mark. Thomas was behind him.
Tell you what you should be doing now, finding the front position, because most kicks are going to drop a bit short under the fatigue and pressure. So forward of the footy, you've got to be watching your teammates' boot, get into that front spot.
Who can play the percentages the best in this last quarter? Shaw, wonderful game that he's playing. Jones and Shaw, gee, chased his own footy, eh?
You get the feeling that Brendan Goddard's just going to have to do it all. He's always around the stoppage so he can provide that third man up. He's working back into the back half to help out the defence, and obviously very, very lethal going forward.
55, plays 47. Wide of the pack. Schneider finds a way through. Goes for distance, Dunaward's full forward. Oh, well done. Brown with the chant, backing off him. Brilliant composure.
Playing behind to make sure that Rewalt can't get behind him. So every now and again, the ball is going to drop better for Brown than Rewalt.
Brown the high ball. O'Brien backs back, got hands to it, couldn't complete the mark. Roving and getting the crumb there was the big guy Jolly. Slapped away from O'Brien. Schneider bounces a hand pass to Jones. That was good. Kicks down towards half forward. Kazetsky. The Saints are starting to roll. Kazetsky wheels around. Long down towards full forward. Big pack. Side bottom. So much poise for a young man. Runs the boundary. Beautiful kick. Cloak's got it. Breaking hard is Dawes. This needs to be precise. Dawes takes the mark. Wellingham has got 10 metres on an opponent, but Dawes holds it up forward of the wing.
Pendlebury outside of him, and he's going to go there. And then Pendlebury to Blair, and then Blair sizes it up. There is Wellingham. Well done, Pete. Closing speed important. Gwilt fumbling a little, got it forward. Hayes down low, McWalter. Great tackle. Tuvey yet again. Blair kicks to full forward. McCaffer, well done, Baker. Montagna needs the bounce, gets it, keeps the ball in. Good looking kick. Goddard traps it, and then Goddard, well, Revolt, it's over the top. Swan getting back, doesn't take it cleanly, breaks the tackle, runs hard. That's Swan, isn't it? Now Pendlebury normally uses it. Long kick to Didak. Well done.
That was great play by Sean Dempster.
He was in trouble and he just kept his cool, didn't he?
Just watch him. Initiated the contact and leant in and forced Didak to pull his hand down. That was outstanding defending work.
I reckon one-on-one against Didak gives you a nervous breakdown. He withstood that.
Dempster towards the wing. Gilbert, terrible kick. Awkward for Revolt. Thomas put the body in, taken high.
Seconds and inches, that kick should have gone to Revolt, but he just mistimed it.
Nice kick. Cloak just reaches over the top, arrogantly almost, to outmark Montagna, the smaller man. Looks inside the forward 50. Saints with the extra number. Missed down there. Off hands. Fisher once more. They were looking to get it across the boundary line. That was Collingwood going in if they couldn't mark it, but despite the fact they didn't initially, Fisher helps their cause. He puts it out of bounds on the full, so it's coming back. It's with Cloak. Cloak about 65 metres out. Centering kick. Plenty of Saints around the football. Davis flew. Didak's got it. Dragged down immediately. Wilt's been handy so far in this term. Del Santo tackled from behind, ball up.
It's always a dangerous hand pass in the Collingwood forward line. The one backwards, they just swarm so far. You've just got to get it going forward.
So Collingwood pressing. Building forward, Lee Brown. Davis and Dempster. Davis, well, this would be ironic. He's made a mark on the big stage.
And if you thought the game was on a knife's edge, it was. 18 minutes between goals for either of these teams. 46 minutes since Collingwood's last goal.
A moment of forward class.
Blake knocks it down. Brown a hand pass. Swooping on the loose ball beams. Ball out of the middle. Slips a hand pass away. Shaw on the outer side. Forward of the wing. Inside the forward 50. Saints need the hold. Punched away. Dawson. Met solidly by Pendlebury. Slipped out of there nicely by McCaffer. Opportunity now across half forward for Davis. Slapped away by Jones. Good defence by the Saints. Boundary throw in.
It was interesting. I think it was Nathan Buckley talking about there's the reaction from the Davis goal. He obviously brings a lot of forward pressure and leads the club in inside 50 tackles, but Buckley and Malthouse both stressed he has that uncanny natural ability to do the amazing thing which he's just done there.
Mickey said it takes a good man to play on him, doesn't it? Just that moment that they needed, and they got it. Have they broken St Kilda's back? You wouldn't have thought yet. Peake, Pendlebury, Tuvey. Revolt in there. They've got to kick 10 goals to win it now, the Saints. They've got to kick at least 10.
Yeah, well, they've got to kick 3 goals from this point onwards, don't they? And that the way the game is going, I mean, goals just look so hard.
Blake, Del Santo, well done, Pendlebury. Thomas, so good. Breaks away, takes a bounce, over the top. Now, Beams is a good goal kicker, but he goes wide to Davis. Gwilt with him. Out of play.
He's been good, Gwilt.
He's played well in big matches. He got a vote against Collingwood in round 3, and he played a ripper against Geelong here when they upset them on a Friday night.
18 possessions for Gwilt. Against the fading light, the Sharon came in. Montagna flips it away. Jones on the defensive 50. Baker kicks it up towards the wing. Collingwood there in number, knocked across the boundary though by Gilbert. Boundary throw in.
Quite amazing. They've only had 28 inside 50 entries, which is terrible. 40's poor, 45's reasonable, but they're still within scoring distance.
Third man up, Goddard. What a game he's played. Del Santo tracks it towards the boundary. Turns on a 5-cent piece. Kicks it down towards the attacking 50. Maxwell has been terrific. Terrible bounce for Milne. O'Brien in desperate trouble. A throw against O'Brien. Good call. And Brian pleads his case. Watch it again. I think he got his hand to it.
I didn't think it was
Eddie's got it anyway.
handball. We're on the mark here. Roberts on his line.
As they say, about as big a kick as this kid has had in his life.
Umpire Chamberlain in a very good position to see that. He said it wasn't a legitimate hand pass. So Eddie forced his way into the team late in the season. Can he repay the favour? It's a beautiful kick. He's hit the post. He's hit the post halfway up.
Jeez, he gave it a good ride.
He's only played 32 games, Eddie. 8 of them have been finals. This is his first grand final, one of 3 Saints doing that today. So Johnson going for distance, and he's got a number. That's a great kick.
Good kick.
That was McCaffrey on his own, and now Thomas riding the boundary. It's an open Collingwood forward line for a moment. Dawes, good again. Terrific. To Fisher. To Eddie. Well, he's only had 1 kick a minute ago. Now he's going to have a third. Can he use it? Kicks the ball hard to Revolt, and Schneider takes it. He's too far out, I think. Hayes, he might be too far out, I think. Could Lenny find the distance from here? He's looking for Goddard, I think. Or Graham.
Yeah, Collingwood will be certainly covering those long-range kickers. He's just going to take this on his shoulders himself.
Well, he's a man for a big occasion, we know that, but can he get the distance? He's pumped it hard, he's pumped it long, he's kicked the goal! Lenny Hayes found a meter when he needed it.
Just such a big moment. Moments ago on the outer side wing, Collingwood had 2-on-1. They went the long lead, and Gwilt was able to control the football. Had it been crumbed, or had they gone short, Collingwood would have been in scoring range out of the middle. Scrambled down towards half forward by Hayes. Johnson, he's battled hard back there. Socket off the ground by Tuvey. Comes straight to Montagna. Del Santo kicks inside the forward 50. And the mark is taken by Milne.
He played in for the push.
He's a good overhead mark, Milne, but on O'Brien, you would think O'Brien would be just too big and too strong. Just eased him under the football. Eased him under.
One part of the game that's been extraordinary has been small forwards being able to mark the ball in contested situations.
Milne comes in the margin. 1 point. Think about 66 in reverse.
Was it a push?
It was certainly forearms, if not hands.
Yep.
But it was...
Collingwood's led since the first minute of the match. And the Saints haven't been this close since Milne kicked his first goal in the 7-minute mark of the opening term. Baker's kick smothered. So much to play for. That goes without saying, but it's these two teams. Baker falling over, being tackled. Couldn't quite. Fisher. Well done, Hayes. Well done, Tuvey. He's been good at that all day. Hayes couldn't quite again. They're fishing Saints. Beams can't quite get a leg on it. And then Baker whacks the ball out. And does the ball bounce out? It does.
And it's meterage again. Even Lenny Hayes there trying to will his way through the pack. Stevie Baker gets, there you go, just over 100,000. Biggest
crowd since 1986 to a grand final.
And haven't they been treated to a game? Much more in the dying minutes to look forward to. Jolly to Wellingham. Hard against the boundary line. Kicks towards the 50. Baker peels off. Dives, spills the mark. Swooping on the crumb near Beams. Coughed it up though. Away comes Hayes. What a game he's played. Hayes off balance. Back to Graham with the outside of the boot. Jolly trying to knock it forward. Succeeds in doing that. Through the legs of Ball. Picked up by Schneider. Schneider the hand pass to Montagna. Back comes Schneider. Hand passes forward. Tracing the pack was Thomas. The 2-13s. What a ball up.
Well, sort of this kind of footy last year, but it was a bit damp and wet. Just the pressure that both sides are applying to the contest has just been amazingly good.
Remember that togetherness at the start of the match?
Yeah.
That commitment? Well, it's come down to this now, hasn't it?
I reckon losing the close grand final last year means nothing until about now.
Yep.
Now with 10 minutes to go, or 8 minutes to go, St Kilda, if they can't find the extra ounce, doesn't mean they can win, but they will find the extra ounce. They know what it's like to lose.
Jolly waits.
Block, Kaczynski. Look, that even blocked. Play on.
Hayes belting forward. Revolt in the middle. Maxwell tried to get a punch away. Eddie called his name in the last quarter a few times. Slick handball in the back half. Collingwood handballing backwards under pressure.
Now it's the numbers. I think it's been when there's one-on-one contest. You see the free kick here.
Yeah, no, Lennon didn't allow him access to the footy. I think that's a fair enough free.
St Kilda, the ones getting the outnumber now, becomes 2-on-2 and then 3-on-2 in St Kilda's favour.
Still all the time in the world. Just under 8 minutes. Revolt third man up. Opportunity for ball head down. Died out. Couldn't control it. Revolt out of the congestion. It runs on and touched. Maxwell tracking it back. Touching it right on the chalk. Watch it again for a moment. It looks gone. He does brilliantly.
What about the will of Lenny Hayes?
Yes, nick of time indeed. Nicks all round. Revolt kicked it. Maxwell got back.
Captain's kick, captain's spoil, eh?
That's pressure.
Just mentioned then he got the fall out of it. The will and the contested footy of Lenny Hayes in this second half, as he's done so many times for St Kilda.
Schneider, here is Hayes, belting forward, got up!
What a drop.
That's his innate ability. He's got that ability to go forward, that real X factor.
You could see the setup, but he took it.
Collingwood has never been behind in this grand final today. The Saints have never been in front until now.
There might be a moment, I reckon, it might be a grand final moment. That is an absolute ripper.
Collingwood have led for 1 hour and 52 minutes. Just short of running a marathon. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And St Kilda finishing over the top. Umpire Rosebery calls for it again. What a game. What a mark.
What a player.
Oh, he's been outstanding.
And he's been everywhere, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Every part of the ground he's been playing.
And regardless of the result, you would think he will win the medal. Over the football, Wellingham. There he is again. Goddard trying to will his team on. Bullying his team on. McWalter, missed by O'Brien at the back. Shaw. They've got to hold their poise now, Collingwood. Shaw looking for the boundary line. Up comes McCaffer. Oh, wonderful pace. Bit of a cannon behind him. Goddard everywhere. Ran into Fisher. Meantime, Cloak's got the football. And the umpire bringing it back. If you want to know what happened to the kick, it hit the post.
We've often said during the year this is almost Cloak's distance. It's relaxation distance. He's going to be kicking the ball from 50 metres. So
easy for you to say.
Oh, no, for Cloak it is. We've seen so often. He's got the distance. It's a 55-metre kick. And I think he relaxed. He'll kick the ball firmly, and he's got more chance of kicking it straight.
He's the only man in Australia who's relaxed right now.
Exactly. That was my point.
Comparatively.
He'll kick from 55. The Army right behind the kick. It's offline. Hasn't got the distance. Not quite. Falls in front. Loose ball. Another conceded behind. Wouldn't it be ironic?
Look who's got the ball in defence. Goddard.
Gee, it was an important play by McCaffrey to go on to beat the two. Well, now suddenly the Saints have to hold their nerve. They're in an unusual position. They haven't been there all day.
They are well drilled at obviously controlling the tempo of the game in their back half. That's going to push it to the absolute limit. Execute the skills.
So far, so good. But there's a lot of time on that clock.
Too much time to really start to milk the clock.
A bit of a familiar position compared to 12 months ago.
Yep.
That's where it becomes familiar.
So down that line, Revolt making a contest. Tuvey couldn't quite. Milne, still with Milne, clever, well done. And then pushing hard forward, Gilbert and Brown. Great mark, Leigh Brown. That hurt.
Wonderful.
Commitment of both players. Great mark.
Yeah, blood rule.
So the blood rule is coming off. 2 years ago, he played 9 games with the Kangaroos, Leigh Brown. He looked gone, didn't he? And here he is. Gilbert's done that well in the second half. His competitiveness in the forward 50 as a forward has been so important.
And while the blood rule for Leigh Brown, Lenny Hayes is coming off for a minute or so. Del Santo back on. He won't be on for long because they need him out there.
O'Brien with the football. Thomas is loose on our broadcast side, not spotted. Would have been a long kick and a dangerous one. O'Brien just goes for distance around the outer side wing, standing on the ground. Jolly, fourth man in the queue, took the mark.
Goddard behind the play here for St Kilda. He's really doing it all.
Jolly to the 50. 3 Saints around the football. Blake dropped the mark. There he is again. Goddard, as you mentioned, slips it across to Gwilt. Gwilt close to the boundary line. Kozetzky up in front. Heard the umpire, Kozetzky, will get a free kick.
It was the umpire that was behind play that paid that free.
Trying to knock it away, no doubting that. Jolly
Fair enough.
Beautiful. Kozetzky with the football. 4:46 remaining. Saints by 5 points.
St Kilda overloaded that forward flank. They've got all their tall targets down there. Revolt, Gilbert, even Eddie.
One of the great grand finals deserves a big finish. Revolt the flyer.
Wellingham sharking. Gilbert puts one tackle on. Del Santo.
Well, it comes down to this, doesn't it? Long season, comes down to just a few minutes of footy.
And the difference between winning and losing, Leigh?
Oh, extreme. Scary screen.
Jolly won it. Blair won it. Jones got into the back, I thought. Montagne's handball didn't go far. Swan was wonderful. To Beams. To side bottom. Long kick to Dawes. Well done, Dawson. Dawes with him. And the ball still in play. Dawes pushing forward. Goddard. Not sure if anyone's played a better grand final than Goddard. Baker. Caught up. Pendlebury. Gwilt's been magnificent. Back to Fisher. Off one step. Gilbert. Maxwell. What a mark. Maxwell's off.
They're all finding something extra now. The short one, Didak, capable of the miracle. Didak goes out wide. Taken by side bottom. Side bottom looks down towards half forward. Nobody near this man. McAfee runs to the 50. Sets it up. Shaw will fly from behind. Almost got hands to it. Spills out the back. Cloak. Cloak has kicked the goal. Magpies back in front.
Down the other end goal. Can't miss from there.
Magnificent handball coming out. Shaw and Cloak involved there. Their two fathers played against each other in the 1980 Grand Final.
But it all started with Maxwell, didn't he? Just the ability to take the big contested mark at halfback.
Is there one more roll of the dice? Can the Saints kick one more? Or can Collingwood hang on? We're back to 1966 in reverse. Jones and Didak.
There is one thing that the Collingwood defenders, I think, do better than any other side is get and really use and orchestrate that free man behind the ball. So they'll send someone back, try to protect this 1 point lead.
And Maxwell's the spare man back. Revolts decide to go onto the ball. Kicks the ball forward. Tuvey breaks the tackle. It didn't stick. Kicks the ball wide. And it goes McQualter and Dawes, who has the distance, I reckon, from here. They've taken their shots all day from here. Had to stick, didn't it?
Yep.
No blocking, no pushing, guys.
He's had 3 shots on goal today and missed them all.
They've all been missing right down this end.
It's a chance. It's straight enough, but it hasn't quite got the distance. I'm not sure if that's a good result.
I think if St Kilda, you'd prefer to be kicking in from fullback than a boundary throw in.
Can't rule out a draw either. St Kilda down by a point. Wrong end of the ground for the Saints though. Jolly battles with Blake, who's been manful. Spills behind the pack. Goddard, the look away hand pass. Dawson, ball jarred out of there. Swan, Shepherd's for side bottom. Has the shot. Off target, going back. Wilt takes the mark.
Got to go.
You've got to go and take the punt, don't you? Otherwise you'll never get out.
Wilt has been terrific. Kicks outside the defensive 50. What a mark! Revolt.
That's one way of getting it out, Lee.
Yep.
Yeah, trouble is he's about 50 metres from where they would like him now. They want him on the end of this kick.
Just a rolling huddle for St Kilda and Collingwood. Milne and Ben Johnson right down in the forward square for St Kilda.
Goddard the target. O'Brien.
Here we go, 1-1.
Hayes belting the ball forward. Johnson quickly off the mark. Milne at a best. Ball bouncing. Scores a level.
Oh, no.
What are you doing next week?
Gee whiz. Do you take the ball there, Stephen Milne?
I think he was going to try and take it. It just bounced out of his reach.
So Johnson belts it as far as he can. He's sure up. Free kick.
Who tipped the draw?
Not the band.
So against Gilbert, Shaw outnumbered. The Saints concede a free. Down the line he goes.
In front, Blake got a fist on it. Knocks it out of bounds. Well, how's this? Scores a level. Boundary throw in at the interchange gates. Collingwood know all about draws in the grand final. What a remarkable game. I think the odds makers would favour a draw. Clean possession is vital here. Thomas tries to slap it out. Kazitsky. In went Tuvey. Tracking the football back towards halfback is Reed. Comes to Del Santo. Taken down. 56 seconds to go. Clock stops at 54.
Where's Barry Breen?
This was almost the spot he kicked it from, wasn't
Oh,
it?
it was about probably 40 metres closer to goal, but
That'll do.
Yeah.
So
Surge it forward, both sides. Just surge it forward.
Who can get this kick? Ray belts it forward. Swan chasing Hayes. Montagna kicks to 20 metres. Anything will do for the Saints. Kazitsky couldn't quite. O'Brien, Milne, still Milne. Johnson hanging on hard. Well done. Ball still in dispute. Out to Shaw. We had a draw in 1948 and a draw in 1977. Graham hard at it. Blair. And the odds are shortening.
Huge play by Graham. He left his opponent, McCaffrey, to make the outnumber. If the ball went over the top, the Pies are away.
all St Kilda were trying to do was force it through from that 30 metres out. Great defence by Collingwood.
Have we ever spent 2 hours at the MCG like this before?
I don't think so, Bruce. Montagna kicks inside the 50, punched out. Pendlebury's over the football, down to 15 seconds. Collingwood, though, controlling the ball. Thomas to the wing. Jolly knocked away by Blake.
There it is.
Thrown in. I think we've got a draw, ladies and gentlemen.
One last clearance, one last chance. Can somebody get a clear ball here and kick it along and hard? Goddard, the tap. Del Santo. It's going to be a draw. It's unbelievable. But it's happened. A picture paints 1,000 words.